Knees up.
DJ Money Coach coming to you live again. I want to show you this magnificent beach, white sands, emerald water, and you need to come here and be with us on the Pom Pom Tour, baby. Plenty of money, peace of mind. Join me on the beaches of the World Cup, Zanzibar style. What do you say, baby? Come with us. Coming to you live at Nungwi Beach in Zanzibar, baby. I want you to enjoy the Pom Pom lifestyle. That's plenty of money, peace of mind. Come join us on the beaches of the World Club and these amazing entrepreneurs on the beach, giving you great things, beautiful people, beautiful time, sunset, and awesome Zanzibar, baby.
How do you say your shop? Pama Starfish Tours. So here you can go jet ski, you can go, what else? What else you got? Come talk to me. Let them know what you got.
So we have a yacketing, sleeper, there's something like Maxi. Yeah, we are open every day here.
Open every day. And what can the people do? They can do jet skis. Can they do kite surfing? Jet ski, kite surfing. Okay, what else? That's it?
Yeah, that's it.
All right. So we got jet skis and kite surfing here at the Pama Starfish Tours. Nungwi Beach offers so much beautiful white sand, beautiful water, and beautiful shopping. Come and join us. We are the 7 Spheres of Money, DJ the Money Coach team, and we live the Pom Pom lifestyle. It's a movement. Come and check us out in Zanzibar.
You can only live the Pom Pom lifestyle if you're here with us, with you. I'll see you next time.
All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Family Finance Friday with DJ the Money Coach and Nick Westbrooks. And this show is brought to you by the DJ the Money Coach team and the 7 Spheres of Money Systems. And before we get into the show, like, share, and subscribe right here on YouTube, DJ the Money Coach, and help us spread the gospel, the good word of the Pom Pom lifestyle movement, which is plenty of money, peace of mind, and come join us on the beaches of the World Club. And tonight's beach, well, man, we've been having so many great things going on. It's like we beach hop. We've been beach hopping these last few weeks, going from beach to beach. So it's Friday night, going into the weekend. So we're not gonna waste any time. We're just gonna get right into it. So DJ,
absolutely, Nick. Absolutely. So happy TGIF, and we wish everybody great health as well. And what we want to do for you is, one, tell us where you're from. So you're watching the show live right now. Why don't we give a shout out? Tell us where you're from. If you're from the Chi, if you're from San Diego, if you're from the NYC, let us know where you're coming in from. And also, we're going to open up and answer some questions tonight as well. So you can ask us anything pertaining to financial, literacy as it pertains to entrepreneurship as well. So originally, this show is, like I said, you saw the thumbnail, it said that, Dame Dash and DJ the Money Coach interview. And let me say, first and foremost, I want to apologize because we got our, communications, crossed up with Dame. And actually, Dame had a conflict of schedule because of the last minute change in our schedule, but we will have Dame live on the 22nd prior to the Go Entrepreneur Tour live at Rice University. So sometimes these things happen in business and it's part of life. So we make lemonade, ladies and gentlemen. But the great thing about this is that you are getting a real live view of how entrepreneurship works. And you have to have the ability to adapt, keep moving forward, and keep being successful. So again, if you're tuning in for the live interview with Dame Dash, that interview is going to be held on the 22nd, which is a week from today. And it's going to be live in person right before the Saturday Go Entrepreneur Tour at Rice University. So that's even better. So instead of us talking to him via Zoom or StreamYard, we're going to actually get the benefit of sitting down face-to-face with Dame Dash and interview him and tee it up right before we go and do the amazing Go Entrepreneur Tour, which is going to be an oral history about successful generations of successful entrepreneurs, the sustainability. So one thing that we learned is that we don't panic. We don't get frustrated. This ain't our first rodeo. We keep moving. And the reason why you tune into this channel, the select few of you that do, is you tune in for 5 reasons and 5 reasons only. Number 1, you tune in to find out equity and ownership. Equity and ownership. So I'm going to go in reverse order this time because only one question you should ask anybody that you're dealing with, albeit if it's Dame Dash, albeit if it's Microsoft, albeit if it's anybody that you're doing business with, what equity and ownership as a boss and a CEO do you have that you are going to share with me to make my life better, to get me to the next level? So that's number 1. Number 2, ecosystems. What ecosystem have you built that's going to give me the foundation that if I plug into it, it's going to give me access and execution to achieve my dreams, my goals, and my plans? Number 3, how do I leverage my professional network? Or again, how do I access your professional network to get me in contact with a person can help me accelerate my dream or my career? And then last but not least, cooperative economics. So we practice cooperative economics where we come together. Anything that we do on this planet, ladies and gentlemen, that pertains to products, services, community, the first person or people we should look to work with are people that look like you and I. Because we're highly accomplished, we're highly qualified, And there's no reason for us to go outside of that sphere. And that's the most important reason why you tune into Family Finance Friday with DJ the Money Coach and Nick Westbrooks. Or you even plug into the 7 Spheres of Money system, because that is the creed that we oblige and we apply in our daily lives 24/7, 365. You are never going to see us participate in anything that we don't have equity and ownership primarily. Very rare, because we know that is a formula for poverty. The formula for wealth and success financially is you have equity and ownership in everything that you build, everything that you consume, everything that you market, and everything that you sell. Period. End of story. Okay? Another thing that you get on this platform is that you have the ability to actually learn from people who have been doing it for decades successfully. Decades successfully. And see, a lot of times when I talk about the 4x4, ladies and gentlemen, in the 4 Ps, that most important one is the ability to persevere. And that is the true epitome of a successful entrepreneur or creator, is that they have the ability to keep pressing forward towards the goal line. See, a person who has a job, when they have a setback, they still get a paycheck. But when an entrepreneur has a setback, he or she doesn't eat. Their family don't eat. Their security can be, challenged. But the ability to actually take the challenges and realize that they're, opportunities in disguise and turn them into gold, that's the benefit and the actual understanding that real entrepreneurs know. That is par for the course of getting your PhD in entrepreneurship. And since we've been doing this for 23 years in this medium and been doing it for 35 years as an entrepreneur, we don't get ruffled by anything. There's very few things under the sun that can shake our tree. Very few. Only thing at this point in life that can shake our tree is terminal illness. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. Terminal illness. And guess what? We all gonna pass away. So before we jump into the show, we're still going to talk about what we were going to talk about with Dane and talk about the accomplishments. And then we're going to remix it live face-to-face with Dame on the 22nd on the same time. But before we jump into that, I want to take a moment of silence. And I actually want to, give a shout out to the Beasley family, a good friend of mine who just passed away at the young age of 56 years of age, unexpectedly passed away. So I want to give homage to Carlton Beasley, who I knew for 20-something plus years, was a very successful financial advisor, very successful son, very successful husband, and a very successful Black father. So Mama Beasley, I want to give a shout out to my prayers, and to Carlton Beasley's son, I want to give a shout out to you. And if there's anything that I can ever do for you, I'm here for you, because life is short. So we're dedicating this show to my good friend and his family, Carlton Beasley. Rest in peace, my brother. So with that said, let's commence the show, ladies and gentlemen. As I always say, if I can wish you anything, I wish you great health. I don't care if you have a financial burden, but if you don't have good health, guess what? There's nothing we can do for you. And with that said, you know what? My inspiration now is to work harder and work smarter, because it just shows you how short life is when someone who is healthy passed away just like that. So don't take every day for granted. Get up with a goal, a dream, and a plan, and go execute it. That's what I can tell you. Okay? So with that said, here's what we were going to talk to Dame Dash about, is about how to, number one, be a boss. How, number one, to be an architect of your own future. Because here's the thing that we have in common is that we're both bosses and we're both architects of our own future. What do I mean by that? Very simple. If I dream a HD dream about achieving anything in the world, the only person can stop me from accomplishing that dream, ladies and gentlemen, is me. I do not have to adhere to another man or another woman's system for my freedom financially. I'm going to say that again, ladies and gentlemen. I do not have to adhere to another man or another woman's system for my financial freedom. As long as we pursue our dreams legally, ethically, and morally sound, there's nobody on this planet of almost 8 billion people can stop you from rising to the top. And I'm going to challenge you to go out and watch this movie that just came out on Prime today called Miles Away, about a migrant Mexican worker who actually had the audacity to dream that he could actually go to space with the NASA program. This is a real, true life story. It's called Miles Away, ladies and gentlemen. So today is a great show because not only can we have inspiration, but we can have impossible become possible. Because impossible is just two words together. I'm possible. I had the privilege of watching this show in a pre-screening 3 days ago, and it blew my mind, but at the same time, it showed me any person with a dream given to them by God will achieve that dream. But what it also showed me, that this gentleman who went from a 5-6-year-old migrant worker, his mom and dad came from Mexico and worked the fields in California, barely had a 6th, 7th grade education. But one day he saw the actual shuttle going up in the air, and he looked to his dad and mom and said, I'm going to space one day. And on top of that, he had a school teacher, I think it was Miss Wynn or Miss Wong. He drew a picture. Can you remember this, Nick? Remember when you were a little kid, about 5 or 6, and you would draw your dream in crayon on a piece of paper, and it was so far-fetched that other people didn't believe it, but you were 100% sold that you were going to be there? This kid, he drew a picture, gave it to his teacher in 1st grade, and she said, I believe that you are going to go into space. And I'm not going to give away the whole story because this is a movie that you got to watch with your family. It's just as a powerful movie as the Richard Williams story about Serena and Venus. But you know what? This movie is more powerful because we didn't base our dreams on athletics and entertainment. This guy based his dreams on technology, science, technology, engineering, and math. And the great thing about it, his dream was more accomplishable and easier to become than the dream of what Richard Williams accomplished with Serena and Venus. And why do I say that? Because you are a 1 in a 3 million chance to become a professional athlete, and you are 1 in a 10 million chance to become a superstar athlete. And you know how I know? Because I'm sitting right beside a gentleman who teaches high school. So what Richard Williams accomplished is phenomenal, but what this migrant worker accomplished may be even more phenomenal because he chose a path that we all can choose, which is going into science, technology, engineering, math. But it didn't come without challenges. So this is the only thing I'm going to say about this movie. And I'm not getting any money for endorsing this movie, but when you get a real good, true story of perseverance, persistence, professionalism, and production, it is your responsibility to share it with your children and your children's children. This gentleman took 30 plus years to get into the NASA program, and he got turned down probably at least 10 times, rejected. How many of you would have quit at the first rejection? How many of you would have quit at the third rejection? How many of you would have quit at the 10th rejection? And here's the embodiment of the story. His wife had a dream. And his wife said, guess what? I'm going to support your dream. There's one part in the movie, and this is the last thing I'm going to say about it. He had just met his wife-to-be, and they were becoming vulnerable with each other. And he said, what's your dream? And she said, my dream is to own an authentic Mexican restaurant, not like Taco Bell. And he said, I'm going to buy the restaurant for you. And then she said to him, what's your dream? And he was a little ashamed to share his dream with her because he just thought it was overlooked. He was already an adult. He was already in his career as an engineer. That's a major accomplishment in of itself. Going from a migrant worker to an engineer was a major accomplishment. But he had an even bigger audacious dream that God gave him. And she looked at him. She said, hey, I shared my dream with you. You got to share your dream with me. And he was embarrassed to share his dream with the girl of his dreams. And then he said, I want to be part of the NASA program. And you know what? Immediately, she just started laughing. She wasn't laughing to humiliate him. She was laughing because it was so far-fetched that she couldn't even fathom he was going to say that. But after she apologized, she said, you know what? I'm going to support you. And together, they worked tirelessly. They sacrificed. They invested. I'm not going to tell you the rest of the ending of the story, but it premieres tonight on Prime. And if you want a story of overcoming to becoming and don't give up and never, 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 never quit, you got to watch this movie. And why? Because this movie is the main reason why we do this program. Because in our community, Nick, we got to stop playing the victim role. We got to stop tapping into this wokeism. Because on this planet right now, with the advancements in technology, there's nothing that can stop your dream from coming to fruition but you. Are you going to have somebody to say, I don't want to do business with you because you're a black man? Absolutely. Are you going to have somebody to say, I don't think you're smart enough to do this because you're a black woman? Absolutely. But through the advancement of technology, there's nothing that you can't accomplish if you got some tough skin, a dream, a plan, and a goal. Now, it may not happen on your time frame, but it will happen if you stay the course. And you have to, as a leader, expect challenges that are nothing but opportunities in disguise to actually become better at your craft. So this migrant worker, his wife said this one thing, and I'm not going to give it away, but his wife said when he got rejected maybe like the 6th or 7th time, and she didn't even know he was applying to the NASA program, till one day she stumbled on his little box with all his rejection letters. He was so embarrassed, he didn't want nobody to know he was pursuing his dream. And she looked at him straight in his eyes. She said, what do they have that you don't have that got them into the program? And he said, they're white. She said, we're not going to use that excuse. She said, what other things that they're doing that are extraordinary that makes them exceptional to get into the program? And as an engineer, he said, oh, it's 1 out of 100,000 people get into the program. But she said again, husband, what do they do that's exceptional that makes them stand out to get in the program? Then he starts saying, oh, one guy ran 20 marathons. One guy scuba dived to the deepest depths of the ocean. One guy has flown 100,000 miles with his pilot license. You know what he started doing? They went all in the darkest hour. And she said, guess what? We got to do that too. And he said, but honey, that's going to take a lot of money. She said, I don't care. We're putting all our chips to the middle of the table, which she meant all their investments, all their savings, and we're going to take all excuses off the table. And he started taking flight lessons, scuba diving lessons. He started running. And you know what happened? He became a better, highly skilled person because the challenge was just showing how to sharpen his sword. But what do you typically do when you have those challenges? First thing, do you even consult with somebody who cares about you? Do you have the vulnerability to share with them that audacious dream that God gave you? And then when everything is the darkest, do you go all in more because you know that dream is given to you by God? Most cases you stop and you start using excuses. You know what my dad told me? He said an excuse is a reason stuffed inside of a lie. I want y'all to write this down. An excuse is a reason stuffed inside of a lie. He said, as long as you got breath in your body, son, and you got ambition, and you got a goal, and you got a plan, there's nothing can stop you. You're on your way up. So when we're talking to Dame, and I had the privilege of, meeting him to put this Go Entrepreneur program together, he asked me one question. How were you able to build a luxury residential resort in Zanzibar, yet alone anywhere in Africa? Because he told me he tried and it didn't work. I said, I just have a certain set of skills that you may not have right now, and I've been able to put it together. And I said, just like you, anything that I think of, that I'm the architect of my own dream, I go after it. I don't need nobody's permission. And I said, just like you, Dane, I possess one talent that is paramount to be successful in anything in life, and most importantly, as an entrepreneur, which you share. And I'm going to give you guys 3 guesses, and the first 2 don't count, what they are. I want the people that's watching the show right now, tell me what you think that number 1 talent or that number 1 trait is. See if they can answer that question for us, Nick, because this is what you're going to get with Dame Dash on September 22nd and our live face-to-face podcast. But most importantly, this is what you're going to get at the Go Entrepreneur oral history of 3 generations of successful Black entrepreneurs. It's one trait that doesn't have anything to do with talent. It doesn't have anything to do with skill. And it doesn't have anything to do with intelligence. That you got to have spades. Well, Brandon, you got the first guess, and that's wrong. Nice try. Consistency, that's wrong too. You don't get any other shots, Brandon. Next person up. So, Nick, you know what I'm going to say. Steadfastness. Nope. Nice try. So, one more shot. I gave y'all 3 guesses, but I told you first 2 don't count, right? Come on, somebody else. You got to have one trait. One trait. Anybody else want to take a stab at this? To be successful in life, but to be ultra successful as an entrepreneur, you got to have one trait. And you got to have this in spades. Should I give it to him, Nick? Nick, I want you to put this up in all caps like you yelling on the text. It is called confidence. Nick, put it up there. Confidence. I have been accused of having an ego, hubris. But you know what I have been blessed with? Supreme confidence in myself. and you show me a man or a woman with no talent, no skills, but if they got supreme confidence with a goal and a plan and enthusiasm, can't nobody stop them. And what I tell my team and what I shared with Dane when we were talking, I said, man, you got that in Aces Plus, and it's paramount through the track of your life that everything that you've accomplished is built on one word: confidence. And if you take that word and break it in half, you get the opposite portion of it: con. Who do we have out here all the time ripping people off? Con men. And con men are only people with supreme confidence who have no morals, no ethics, and no principles, and they sociopaths and they scam people. But they have that one trait that puts everybody over the top: supreme confidence. So with confidence, you don't see yourself ever failing. You actually are surprised when you don't win. And that's the expectation that you should have in everything you attack. And I'll tell you what brought my confidence out at a young age. I was sitting down with my grandmother. I was about 5 years of age. And my grandmother said to me, she said, son, she said, if you go out in this world and you compete against everybody and you do what you're supposed to do, you never accept anything less than the best. She said, don't accept no secondhand cars, no secondhand clothes, no secondhand food for nobody, because you've earned the right, because you have performed at a high level and your confidence is superior based on the gifts that God gave you. And if I never say anything else to you, she said, remember this: your father had supreme confidence. My husband had supreme confidence. And guess what gift you've been given? Supreme confidence, son. Go out and conquer the world. And when my grandmother breathed that into my life, and she was my hero, everything I looked at with rose glasses, that I'm going to win in everything I do. Confidence. And I can show you the difference with professional athletes. You can see a professional athlete shrink up in tight moments because they don't want the rock in basketball with 5 seconds left. They'll defer because they can't shoot free throws. You will see it in football players who go across the middle and don't want to get hit, so they drop the rock. You will see it in baseball players who will get up to bat and they dream about this all the time. I want to step up to the plate, bases loaded, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and I want to be the one to take the ball out of the park, and they whiff because they lack confidence. It ain't the talent. It ain't a skill. It's lack of confidence. And then you'll be amazed by the person that doesn't have any talent, don't have no skills, but they always winning because that confidence is infectious. And guess what? Women are attracted to confident men. Men are attracted to allow them to be real men. But at the end of the day, it's confidence, baby. So when Dame and I were talking, I said, my man, you got a lot of successes. You built a fashion business. You built a movie business. You built all these great businesses that you created from your own, so we share the same accord. And what he says is that, hey, I don't care if you go back to that magnificent interview he did about 6-7 years ago on the Breakfast Club, and he sat down with them and he said, look, man, you ain't a boss if you don't have no skin in the game because you work for somebody. And that went viral because he's the CEO of his life. Are you the chief executive officer of your life? Or do you have to have validation from somebody who's not in your house that loves you? Are you so concerned about somebody validating you from the other society? I'm going to be real with you guys tonight. Don't come to me talk about, oh, I was the first Black person to accomplish this. Guess what? Tell me you're the first Black person that created your own business with your name up on the shingle, baby. Think about that. See, that might have went over some of y'all heads because we've been so engineered through these civil rights movements and, post-antebellum and all that we desire so much that the white man's ice is colder than mine, that I got to prove to the white man that I can roll in his master plan or her master plan. Let me tell you a secret. You can never be a second-rate copy of somebody else when you are first-rate you building your own architectural design. I don't need to be validated to be the first at Harvard. I don't need to be validated to be the first at the AME church. You know why I need to be validated? The first one with my name, with success, that I can create multi-generational wealth for my children. Because if I do that, do I care about Harvard? Do I care about AME? Do I care about who's the president in the White House? Absolutely not. Because what I can tell you, the Asian man who in this country represents about 3% of the population, but amazingly, they control most of the assets, and they are more CEOs of Asian descent in Silicon Valley because they believe certifiably they came to this country together as a nuclear unit, and we can be CEO of our life. Thus, we can run the country. I can't vote you in the White House, but I can control my enterprise, and I can go right in your neighborhood, and I can open up Wong's Wings, and you will buy and support my family and my legacy. So your vote means nothing to me because I got ownership and equity for my family. See, that's what you lack. Confidence. So when you come to this platform, come prepared to have confidence invoked into your body because we have it in spades. So when you come to the Go Entrepreneur Tour and you ask me a question, why should I come here versus going to the Invest Fest? Because I'm going to give you two things you can't get nowhere but here. Access, execution, and confidence. That's right. You come to our event, we're going to give you access to Dame Dash. And if you got a dream, we're going to show you how to have access to it. And we're going to show you how to execute it. We're not going to sit up here and shake our butts. I'm not in the edutainment business. I'm in the legacy business, the confidence business. And I'm in the fatherhood business. So if you are about that business, you're going to get down with Dame. You're going to get down with Jacqueline Bouchamp. You're going to get down with Diversity Entrepreneur Tour Program because that's what we're about. Can you feel me? But most importantly, do you know and do you have confidence? Because if you have confidence, you don't need me. You don't need Nick. You just need to write your dreams down, get a plan, stick to it. And if it takes you 30 years, when you're in your mid-40s, when the average NASA person goes up there when they're in their early 30s, can you stay true to your dream? Or are you going to choose to play the victim card? Because here's the thing we believe, because we know at the 7 spheres of money, we are the architects of our future. And as leaders, we expect challenges because everybody can get to the top, baby. There's unlimited room at the top of Mount Everest. There's unlimited room at the top of Mount Kilimanjaro. But guess what? If you lack confidence, I can give you $10 million and you will lose it all tomorrow because you have no confidence. So the con man will take your money. So what you're going to see in the Go Entrepreneur program is that what you saw in our opening video with Microsoft, because I possessed a dream given to me by God, and I had enthusiasm when I met Danielle Estrada. Enthusiasm, ladies and gentlemen, means God within. That's the etymology of the word, God within. So since I had confidence, not hubris, not ego, because people who are uneducated and people who are insecure, my confidence affects them in a negative way because they don't have confidence, so they see it in a different angle. But I'm not concerned about your insecurity. I'm concerned about your lack of confidence. But because I had confidence, because I had enthusiasm, and because I took a 3-minute conversation and turned it into an opportunity with Microsoft, I'm able to be here and bring you Dame Dash to Rice University. But most importantly, I'm able to bring you to Rice University and give you access and execution to your dream. But if you don't have confidence, it doesn't matter if we give you access. It doesn't matter if we show you the game plan, how to execute. You're still not going to do it. But I believe you're watching this program because you do have confidence. You just need to get it a little bit more better, just like my grandmother did for me. And then you need to have an opportunity, which is what we'll provide you at the Go Entrepreneur Tour. So we always say one thing here. We are a quality company, not a quantity. I'm going to say that again, ladies and gentlemen. We produce quality over quantity. We are a Ferrari, baby. We're not a Chevrolet. You don't have to sell a lot of Ferraris to be wealthy, baby. You just got to sell a few of them. Got to sell a whole bunch of Chevrolets to get wealthy. But every now and then, you'll see a shooting star, and everybody watches for the shooting star. You are a shooting star. You are a supernova. But you just need a launch pad. And we're going to provide that launch pad to you at the Go Entrepreneur Tour. Dame Dash is going to tell you his story of how he actually navigated through every aspect of his life, being the CEO of his life, being the architect of his own design, and playing his game, not somebody else's game. I'm going to say that again, ladies and gentlemen. Playing his game, not somebody else's game. Why he's not concerned about money. Why he's not concerned about what people say about him. Because that's none of his concern. That should be the same mindset that you have. That's the mindset that we have. See, when leaders come together, they don't worry about insecurity. They worry about what's the goal, what's the solution, and how do we execute. An amazing thing you'll always find, turkeys don't fly, eagles soar. And you're an eagle if you fly with us. And you should be able to have the confidence to get in a room with anybody, anytime, any place, and get the job done. That's what it's about. So I want to help you get there. Do we need you? No. Do you need us? Probably not. But those who do need to have an opportunity to have access and execute, you should be in a room. Because guess what? I wasn't looking to do business with Microsoft. But you know what I found out? I need Microsoft for what we're putting together in Zanzibar. And I'm glad I had access through my mentor, Dr. George Frazier, to even get a chance to find out who Danielle was. And I'm glad she challenged us to have our ducks in a row that we can do business potentially with Microsoft. That's what you deserve to have when you deal with people who have equity and ownership, not when you deal with people who are consultants, who never accomplish anything but charge high fees. And I'm not hating on them, ladies and gentlemen. All I'm saying to you, have you asked them the question, how do you make your living? If they have a consultant business that's worth a lot of money, that's equity and ownership. But if they have a consultant business that ain't worth nothing but them getting fees to sustain that lifestyle they're projecting you of success, then why should you roll with them when they don't really have anything? That's all a commercial is. Nothing but great sizzle, but it's very hardly any great things behind it. Does that make sense? So that's what you're going to have an opportunity to do. So if we were here right now tonight and we were actually interviewing and chopping it up with Dame, these are some of the things that we would share the same accord. We would share the same mindset, and we will reflect how we have been able to sustain real success and create significance, which is what Dame is going to tell you. He's going to tell you, hey, I built some businesses, had some success, had some failures, had some setbacks, overcame, had the ability to bring some beautiful children into the world, and then had that relationship broken up with the mom. But now today, I am in a solid relationship, married with another beautiful child, and I have all my children around me. And the only thing I'm concerned about is taking care of their future. And most importantly, I just want to have them work, not give them things, work towards legacy, because I've created companies that they can run. And that's the same thing that we do here at the 7 Spheres of Money. We build businesses and we incorporate our children, our team, their families, and create our own master plan. We don't worry about somebody else's master plan, somebody else's system. Because guess what? No matter how great you are in another man's or another woman's system, you're never going to be the CEO, and you're never going to be the founder, and you're never going to have equity and ownership. Very rare that that's happening. You're not going to have Bill Gates turn his company over to you, even though you made it $1 billion. He's going to pay you $20, $40 million, but he's never going to bequeath to you the Bill Gates Foundation. Think about it. I want you to think about that. And the same people, this is another thing that cracks me up, Nick. Y'all got to stop this we stuff. You ever notice when a person tells you about their job? Oh, yeah, we run this, we run that. And the first thing I say to them, your last name Microsoft? Oh, your last name Walmart. Well, wait a minute. Wait. Your last name is BET. Oh, wait. Your last name is the Texans. And they don't get it. They be we this, we that, we that. It's not a we, baby. Because guess what? Literally tomorrow, let you say something that they don't agree with, and they'll cut you quicker than you can say ouch. Won't be no we. But guess what? We over here. We over here at the 7 Spheres of Money, DJ the Money Coach team, we are we. Nick, tell them why we. Why we, Nick? Why can you say we?
I could say we because I have equity and ownership.
Wait, say that again, Nick.
I could say we because I have equity and ownership.
but you know what they're gonna say? Oh, Nick, you got a couple of shares. No. Nick got equity and ownership. He is a founder. So Nick can say we all the time. So what I'm telling you, only time you should say we is when you have equity and ownership, baby. Not just stocks, but you got real equity. And I know what you're saying right now. Hey, you done gone off on a tangent. But you know what? Here's the thing. If God is not telling me to share these words with you, I wouldn't be speaking them to you. And here's the thing. I don't care if I'm going off on a tangent. If you get one of these nuggets and you apply it in your life and you take 2 to 5 years and you do the 4x4, there's nothing can stop you from being consumer debt free. Nothing can stop you from paying off your home in 7 to 10 years. And nothing can stop you for putting a foundation together for you to have a we with your family. And that's what you're going to get from real successful Black entrepreneurs. So we're going to take a break. Nick's going to tee it up, and I'm going to come back and tell you about another Black professional, multi-decade successful entrepreneur that's going to be at the Go Entrepreneur Tour that you all want to know. If any of you right now watching this live, do you have children? Do you have children that play video games? If you have children play video games, put it in the comments. Tell me what video games they play. And I'm going to show you a true Black unicorn that will be there to teach you about STEM, but most importantly, about artificial intelligence and virtual reality in the gaming world. Literally one of one. So Nick, when you're ready to cue up the commercial, let me know and we'll go right to it, brother. Because that's what's important. It ain't just Dame Dash. We got 4 or 5 best in the world that do only what they do that you need to know other than basketball players, entertainers, and rappers. Because these are real successful people that can one-on-one, like the migrant worker versus Serena and Venus, which they are phenomenal. But what they accomplish is nothing short of a tsunami. But what the migrant worker achieved, even though it took 30 plus years, that's a 1-in-1. Because everybody can learn science, everybody can learn technology, everybody can become an engineer, and everybody can do math. These are facts, baby. These are facts. You ready, Nick?
Yep.
We'll be right back, and we're going to tell you about this amazing Black unicorn that you need to have your children see live or in the live stream. We'll be back right after this commercial.
You're only the boss if you put up your own money. If you don't put up your own money, I don't care how much somebody gives you, you're nothing but a supervisor. It's not yours.
My family's fortune comes from the medical field.
I like your story. But tell me a little more about it.
Last year, I sold the company for over $100 million.
Teamed up with Diversity Houston and DJ the Money Coach. Will be in Houston. We'll be at Rice University with the Go Entrepreneur Tour September 23rd. It'll be the beginning of a tour. The Go Entrepreneur Tour. Dame Dash, CEO vision only. Holla.
Hello, everyone. It's Financially Free Dee here, and I am here with an exclusive event, an exclusive offer. The Real OPM event is here, coming to you live September 16th. We're going to get into how to use other people's money to make money. So we're going to talk about how you can get $400,000 in business credit just as I did. We're going to talk about how you can get 500 hours of your time back just like I did. We're going to talk about how you can actually create a profitable business, making upwards of 6 figures in just 1 year like I did. We're going to talk to you about how you can actually get into real estate and start to gain passive income. And last but not least, I'm going to have my personal executive banker there from a top 5 bank here in America who actually helped me as well as my clients get over $500,000 in business credit. So click that link down below right now. Seats are going very, very fast. We only have a limited amount of seats in the room, and we are not running this offer back. So click that link down below to join us in the Real OPM live event coming to you September 16th, and I will see you there.
Welcome back. You're watching Family Finance Friday with DJ the Money Coach and Nick Westbrooks. So I promised you a black unicorn, and we're about to give you a black unicorn. So Nick, do this for me. Pull up goentrepreneur.com, pull it up on the big screen, and you just saw a picture of her with me and Dame Dash. So we're going to scroll down. We're going to show you her bio, but most importantly, we're going to show you what she's created that's in the Hall of Fame in the gaming business. That's right. Hall of Fame, baby, in the gaming business. So Nick's going to pull that up. We're going to talk to you about the amazing Miss Jacqueline Beauchamp, who is actually a HBCU graduate of Southern University. Worked for IBM for over a decade. Worked in a lot of Fortune 50 companies, including Microsoft. And then, like I said, she had confidence. And let me explain something to you about confidence, ladies and gentlemen. Your confidence doesn't have to be over the top like mine at times. You can have that strong, silent confidence like Tony Dungy. But you got to have that confidence. So this amazing black, successful, confident, supreme confident black engineer, master's degree. She looked into the future and she realized that artificial intelligence, virtual reality, and gaming was going to be huge. Not alone in the world, but she knew that we were going to play a significant role as consumers. And you know what she did? Even though she had a wealth created in her 401k, in her pension, she did something that just blew people's minds, Nick. She quit her job and she bet on black. And because she had the skills, science, technology, engineering, math, as a black woman, she said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to become a partner with Microsoft on the Xbox platform. She did this leap of faith, Nick, over a decade ago. And she decided to become a gamer developer. You can take that down, Nick, and I want you to give me the big screen because I'm about to show them what she created. It's called the BCFX, Black College Football Xbox, with Doug Williams on it, with all the drum lines that you can get from the HBCUs. Well, you know, we party so hard that last week they had to tell college to tell their band to stop playing during the game because it was disrupting the opposition to get the snaps off. So in this amazing video game that she designed, programmed, and licensed to Microsoft Xbox with multiple engineers that she hired, it's now in the Hall of Fame. And as you can see here, she gave my son an autographed copy. And there's an autograph by Doug Williams. And this will be the only time you hear me this and be, excited about it. A brother who won the Super Bowl for the first time to get other brothers to win the Super Bowl. So this amazing, successful black professional will be in the house at Rice University September 23rd, and she will share with you her story, her overcomings. Now check this out, ladies and gentlemen. Remember what I said about the migrant worker? Even though she was successful at IBM as an executive, she was successful at Microsoft. When she decided to become on the other side as a developer and licensed, nobody would give her any money. I don't think y'all heard me. She was successful running a multi-million-dollar department with several other executives reporting to her for a whole region and making them millions of dollars. And then she had the audacity of faith to bet on herself. They immediately said, oh, you're not qualified for us to give you any money for anything. Because we don't want you to be the master and the architect of your plan. We want you to work our plan and you be a high-paid slave to us for life. And unbeknownst to her, she thought initially when she broke out, there was going to be coffers of money for people to invest in her. Do you think she was disappointed in that, Nick? Absolutely. You know what the average person does? They go right back to that job and beg for that job back. But you know what she did? She cashed out of her pension. She cashed out of her savings. She cashed out on everything, just like the wife to the migrant worker told him, what different that they got that you don't have? And what she didn't have a venture capitalist to support her, even though she had a proven track record. So she said, you know what? I'm going to look around and I'm going to put my chips in the middle of the table and I'm going to bet on black. And she got no after no after no after no. But she said, there's no way that God would give me this dream and give me the supreme, quiet, strong, respectful confidence, and I come up short on this dream. So she went all in and she became the only black developer of video games on the planet that owned a license agreement with Microsoft on the Xbox platform. So don't you think if you have a daughter who loves math, who loves science, you don't think she couldn't be encouraged, breathe into confidence that you too can develop your own game. You too can create artificial intelligence. You too, instead of playing the virtual reality game, you could be the creator of a virtual reality game. Now, she didn't stop there. She's now building for my mentor the artificial intelligence and the virtual reality operation and technology for a $25 million museum that'll be finished in the next 3 years. I don't think y'all heard me. But are we putting her up on a pedestal? Because she don't dribble a basketball. She don't tote the rock. But she is one of one. And guess what? Your daughter, your son, your niece, your granddaughter, your grandson, if they have a love of the technology to play the game, she told my son, you can create the game. And especially in the advancements today in technology, you don't even have to be great at math. All you got to do is know how to sometimes just cut and paste. So you know what I did? Unapologetically. And again, what are we going to give you at the Go Entrepreneur Tour that you can't get nowhere? Nowhere. I guarantee you. Because when you go to those other conferences, they never going to put you in touch with their homeboy. I'm going to take this back to movies because I know y'all love movies. You remember this classic movie called Blow with Johnny Depp in it. And he went to jail the first time. And he was telling his homeboy all the things. And his homeboy kept saying, man, who's your distributor? Who's the person you get the blow from? And Johnny wouldn't tell him. But he wore Johnny down. And when Johnny told him who was the hookup for the blow, what did his boy do? His boy stabbed Johnny in the back. Why do I say that? So when you go check out Grant Cardone, who's pimping your people with TD Jakes, tell the truth, shame the devil. He is giving Grant Cardone the keys to your kingdom so he can get your money and talk down to you. Facts. He was on a platform like this, and he was like, yo, I talked to the brothers and sisters like, you know, blah, blah, blah. And it was like, why are you talking like that to him? He said, well, just simple. They lack a financial intelligence, so I got to dummy down my conversation to him. And he was unapologetic about it. And you know what y'all did? Y'all forgave him and went ahead and bought all his stuff. But what I can tell you Grant Cardone won't do, he won't introduce you to his banker. He won't introduce you to his attorney. He won't introduce you to the guy that he's brokering these multi-billion-dollar commercial projects with just because you came to his event. Now, if you give him $1 million, he'll think about having a conversation and maybe send them an email to say he might think about endorsing you. But you know what we do? You step in the room, you got a dream about being a gamer on the development side, we will introduce you to Miss Beauchamp. Facts. You know why? Because guess what? Your dream is not going to stop my dream, but my dream can help your dream get off the ground. And my dream is just to give you access and execution, baby. Now, we will vet you. And once we vet you, we'll do everything we possibly can to help you get your dream executed. Did you hear what I just said? So you can come to the event, you can live stream it, or you can be there in person. And if you come prepared, like we were prepared when we met Danielle Estrada of Microsoft, we will make an introduction for you. And we will stand behind you. And we will support you. Show me another event that would do that without you giving them $100,000, $50,000, $20,000, $1 million. Ain't gonna happen because they ain't in that business. So you know what I did when I met Miss Beauchamp? I unapologetically, I put her in front of my two sons. That's right. And I'm also going to put my daughter in front of her on the 23rd. Because I said, hey, worst case scenario, she needs to know my children, because guess what my children do? They do STEM. And guess what your children ought to do? STEM. But y'all catch that on the way home, right? So here's the proof in the pudding, baby. That's Miss Beauchamp. That's my son. That's the game that she autographed. And she also is giving my son an opportunity to interview with them. I also put her in touch with my younger son who loves to play video games. And even though he's, just a young adolescent, she still talked to him and said, hey, here's what you can do. And I told Miss Beauchamp, I said, my son, if he got to carry your coffee, shine your shoes to be in a room while you doing what you do, sign him up. See, y'all get that on the way home because you might think that's beneath your children. But you'll still be giving your children allowance and they'll still be burning your money playing the video game instead of being in a room with the creator of the video game and catching knowledge. So now on the 23rd, if you don't have the courage and you don't have the confidence to be in a room, guess what? My daughter, she going to be in the room and she going to meet Miss Beauchamp. Facts, baby. Facts. See, and that's the equalizer. Because your competition, you know what they do? When their children and their nieces and nephews are unqualified, no talent, they still put them in the damn room. And they let them fail their way up to success. And you be talking about, oh, you're not going to shame my image with such and such university. I ain't going to look bad at the university if you can't cut the mustard. And they get you to be dummied down into that dumb box. Let's just keep it real. See, I'm an entrepreneur. I've achieved a little bit of, success. But I also understand most of the people I meet that don't look like me, they don't have the intelligence that I have, they don't possess the skills I have, and they're in the same room. They got in the room because their mama, their daddy, their uncle, their aunt got them in the damn room, and they thought they were successful because they don't care about what you think. And when they fail in that environment, they don't be like, oh man, you're going to set us all back 100 years. We ain't going to get no other opportunity. They get no recycled. But when you think, oh man, if Dion mess up in Colorado, doing it his way, man, ain't gonna no more people like us. They gonna get no jobs. We gotta dummy ourselves down. Instead of you being a first-rate you become a second-rate copy of somebody else in their system. That's all I'm saying. So I know you're watching this. Ask us some questions because we're getting out of here. We in overtime, and I just wanted to share with you, it don't matter who we bring on these platforms. What matters is they have the ingredients and the principles from God that are universal, that anybody can achieve success. Anybody who invests in their community the right way can create significance. It don't have to be me. It don't have to be Dame Dash. It don't have to be Jacqueline Beauchamp. All it has to be is a man or a woman with confidence, a dream, a plan, and a goal. And if they achieve success, all you got to do is emulate those principles of success and persevere, and you too will win in the game of life. These are facts. But we got to stop sharing with our children about the only way out is athletes and entertainers, and stop sharing with them. It don't matter what you do as long as you make money. Nope. It does matter. Dignity matters. Manhood matters. Family matters. So what you're going to see at the Go Entrepreneur Tour is you're going to see real men, real women who have over the past 2-3 decades practiced the 4x4. They are disciplined. They are accountable. They plug into a proven system of success. Dames is CEO. Jacqueline Beauchamp is her corporation. Ours is the 7 spheres of money. And they go to work. And then they practice the 4 P's, professionalism. When Jacqueline Beauchamp started talking about going off and creating this awesome Hall of Fame video game that she developed and licensed today with Microsoft and still one of their #1 licensed developers, she had to speak software language. That's called professionalism. When Dame created his fashion company with his ex-wife, he had to speak fashion language. When we created our successful Family Finance 101 Financial Principles of Success course 20 years ago, we had to speak financial literacy language. Do you understand what I'm saying? When we have meetings like I just had with a largest international airline company in the world, I had to be on time to that meeting on Wednesday. 15 minutes ahead before the meeting started is when I showed up, ladies and gentlemen, because they didn't ask me about the color of my skin. They asked me to show up on time, give them a solution to a problem they had that they were trying to get more business in our community. And I told them with supreme confidence, I am him. And I said, you know how I'm him? Because you'll find out on September 23rd at the Rice University Business Auditorium, and you'll see the people in the room. And if you want to do business with them, you got to do it the way I tell you you're going to get down with us. But I showed up on time. That's professionalism. I wore the right attire. I didn't walk into that headquarters with my pants hanging around my butt. I didn't walk into that headquarters with a wrinkled t-shirt, and some gold teeth. I walked into that headquarters in professional attire. That's right. And then I got to practice persistence. Persistently pursue my plan. And I told that executive at that airline, it don't matter if you do business with me or not, because I'm going right after this meeting to talk to your competition. And I did it with a smile. And I told them, ladies and gentlemen, just because you don't know DJ the Money Coach, don't mean we ain't going to bring the thunder, baby. I said, so you can get in now at an inexpensive relationship with us, sponsorship, discounts on tickets, or when we blow up like we will, you will pay 10x. And I'll still do it with you with a smile. So I said, study Hyundai. So then from persistence comes perseverance. And that is the epitome of what Jacqueline Beauchamp has done to be successful in building her own development video game business as a Black woman. Women in general in technology are very hard pressed to even get into those industries because it's a man-dominated field. So she didn't use any excuses. She looked for the solution. And she knew from being an executive that if she provided a solution that nobody else can provide out of just capitalism in America, she was going to get Microsoft's ear. And she did it. And she persevered like the migrant worker. She persevered like Richard Williams. And then the last P is where you got to shine when the lights are the brightest, because you have supreme confidence. You got to perform, baby. And you only get one shot at the title, baby. Facts. So that's all we're talking about, ladies and gentlemen. So if you want to be successful, better yet, if you want to be significant, this Go Entrepreneur Tour, it ain't for scrubs. It's for people. If you're right now doing $1 million in business as a Black woman or Black man, you should be trying to do 5 million. And guess what? We can get you there. You know why? Because it takes capital and it takes access to other players. We can help you get access and execution. Because if we can get in the room and do partnerships with Chase Bank, the #1 bank in all of the Western Hemisphere and the top 4 in the world, what makes you think we can't get you an opportunity to talk to executives there? I give you 3 guesses. First 2 don't count because I've done it. Facts. See, we got to stop all this over analyzation and over, pettiness of looking, oh, does the brother drive $1 million car? Does he live in a $20 million house? No, I'm not trying to be famous, baby. I want to be anonymous and enjoy the pom-pom lifestyle. Plenty of money, peace of mind, because I want to be able to go anywhere, anytime, anywhere, and not be mobbed by somebody. Because I don't lack confidence. I don't need validation from some likes on some social platform. I'm not concerned about you not liking me and saying something stupid, because you know what? I don't even acknowledge that silly stuff. But if you want to get more contracts, more access, guess what? My phone is constantly ringing off the hook. You know why? Because I get people access and execution. If you are that person and you want to take your business from 5 million to 20 million, I can help you out. Because I'm doing it right now for a company that's trying to raise over 8 figures to get their technology across the whole world. And you know why? Because I have access to a $3.5 billion portfolio. This ain't no brag. These are just facts. That is absolutely correct. We're building a global network for us to tap into. And we're going to have that on display at the Go Entrepreneur Tour. So we've gone long. And we want you to take a bite out of Zanzibar. And as the shirt says, buy, invest, travel exclusively with DJ the Money Coach. And we're going to show you how to do that. You should ask me, how did you put together a master 220 unit luxury residential resort in Zanzibar? So Nick, what you got for him? Because we went overtime, and if you came for the interview with Dame Dash, I gave you just, in fact, I gave you better than you would have got from me interviewing Dame Dash, because I gave you the heart and the soul of what true entrepreneurism is. And I don't need nobody to get on my platform to interview, because I've been there. I've done that. And we attract to us who we are. It's called the law of the lid, baby. 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership by John C. Maxwell. What you got for him, Nick? Because we reach out, we collaborate, we leverage our networks, we bring our ecosystems together, and we do it for only two reasons, ladies and gentlemen: equity and ownership. What you got for us, Nick, so we can take ourselves out of here and get on to our Friday, baby?
Yeah, man. I mean, I think you said it all, man. There's not much else to say. We got Go coming up. We got Financially Free Dee on the docket tomorrow. So we got a lot of things going on, a lot of great things going on, man. So get with the movement.
Hey, the pom-pom lifestyle movement cannot be stopped, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. Plenty of money, peace of mind. Come join us on the Beaches of the World Club. Tomorrow's beach is the real OPM with Financially Free Dee. Get that link. Make your investment. It's a virtual event. Again, access execution. She's going to give you her banker that helped her create over $500,000 in real business credit for real businesses. She's going to give you me, DJ the Money Coach, and I'm going to take back the veil and show you how I put together the resort in Zanzibar. She's going to give you Kadera from Omnipotent Consulting, who has equity and ownership as a chief information officer with a degree that actually does the systems for me, her, and other successful Black businesses. And then you can tap into the live stream. If you don't have to be at Rice University to get what I'm telling you at the Go Entrepreneur Tour. Get it live in the stream, and you'll get a complimentary consultation with yours truly. So what I didn't do is what all great, confident people, I ask you to register. Nick, put that back up one more time. It's going to be in a link. You need to register now because the seats are running out. I would encourage you, register on the live link and increase your opportunity for success. Because what I had to do to get with Microsoft, I had to register. When I was invited to go be a part of an event that was put together over 12 months before I met Danielle Estrada, I had to register. I had to get my tickets. I had to get my hotel room. I had to change my schedule. And even though I had no guarantees, I was confident in myself that I would find some people to take my dream to the next level. And guess what? That confidence paid off because I had a plan and I had a goal. And I also did not negotiate success. So my question to you, what are you going to do? Are you going to negotiate success and him and haw? But are you that same person that would go across the country to a Beyonce concert, to a Kanye concert, and don't even think about what you're spending for an experience that has no impact on your financial future? Matter of fact, it does, because you're probably going to be worrying about the credit card bill when it comes in the mail. See, I sit down with people like you all the time, over 45,000 personally over the past 20 years, from people who make $10,000 a year to 10 million. They have one habit in common that they don't use properly. They either got discipline or they don't. And generally the person that has the success, they have discipline and they stick to the plan. The one that does not have talent and intelligence, they just are doing whatever. That's the facts. So Nick, pull up the Go Entrepreneur. Let's show them how to buy, invest in their future so that they can have access and execution with the real OPM, and most importantly, with the Go Entrepreneur Tour. Play the video one more time for them, because you might be watching this in a replay and you might be contemplating where you should invest your dollars for your future or for some experience that all you're going to do is get nothing but a feel good. Press play, brother.
You're only the boss if you put up your own money. If you don't put up your own money, I don't care how much somebody gives you, you're nothing but a supervisor. It's not yours.
My family fortune comes from the medical field.
I like your story. So tell me a little more about it.
Last year, sold the company for over 100 million.
Teamed up with Diversity Houston and DJ the Money Coach will be in Houston. We'll be at Rice University with the Go Entrepreneur Tour September 23rd. It'll be the beginning of a tour, the Go Entrepreneur Tour, named as CEO Vision Only. Holla.
There you go. All you have to do, ladies and gentlemen, is to goentrepreneur.com, register right now. Hey, here's what I tell people. Don't meet me there, beat me there. Get the live stream right now. With the live stream, you get a complimentary consultation. If you have the ability to be in the house at Rice University, just like Daniel asked me, can I make it to Vegas? I said, you daggone right. And I invested a couple of $1,000s, and it was worth every penny. Even if I didn't get an opportunity to get business, I got my game raised because I got in a room with people in a higher zip code than me. And you know what I found out? There was nothing different between them and me. The only difference was, Nick, they had access to execution. So I'll take access to execution over talent, over intelligence any day of the week. You can call me dumb, but don't call me broke. GoEntrepreneur.com, register for the live stream, or better yet, if you can get in the room with us next Saturday from 3 to 6 p.m., Dame Dash, Jacqueline Beauchamp, and yours truly, DJ the Money Coach, plus 2 guests, special guests, successful entrepreneurs that are creating a multi-billion-dollar economy. You don't want to miss it. Trust me. And if you have the capacity tomorrow, get in the real OPM with Financially Free Dee and get access to a top 5 banker to show how to get business credit for your small business. Equity and ownership, baby. So with that said, I'm DJ the Money Coach. We wish you health, and then we wish you a pom-pom lifestyle. That's plenty of money. That's peace of mind. Take a bite out of Zanzibar. And I'll see you in the real OPM in the Go Entrepreneur Tour on September 23rd. Live stream or live in person. You don't want to miss it. Beat me there.
Hello, everyone. It's Financially Free Dee here, and I am here with an exclusive event, an exclusive offer. The Real OPM event is here, coming to you live September 16th. We're going to get into how to use other people's money to make money. So we're going to talk about how you can get $400,000 in business credit just as I did. We're going to talk about how you can get 500 hours of your time back just like I did. We're going to talk about how you can actually create a profitable business, making upwards of 6 figures in just 1 year like I did. We're going to talk to you about how you can actually get into real estate and start to gain passive income. And last but not least, I'm going to have my personal executive banker there from a top 5 bank here in America who actually helped me as well as my clients get over $500,000 in business credit. So click that link down below right now. Seats are going very, very fast. We all have seats in the room, and we are not running this offer back. So click that link down below to join us in the Real OPM live event coming to you September 16th, and I will see you there.
up, everybody? This is DJ the Money Coach coming at you. What you're seeing today on this video is equity and ownership, and we actually have brought a group of business owners who actually have become investors with us because they see that I own over 7 figures worth of equity and ownership in land and business and property here in Zanzibar. So my question is, how much equity and ownership do you have? Are you the real deal, or are you just trying to sell me the sizzle of what you don't have? Hit the link, join me in the masterclass, and you'll get the access to what these business owners in the United States have too. Join the Pom Pom Lifestyle Movement. Plenty of money, peace of mind. Join me on the Beaches of the World Club in Zanzibar. I'll see you next time. See right here. This is the future, baby. 2027, over 5,000 beautiful units, from residential to commercial to townhouses to single family houses, sports, fields, restaurants, all of that great stuff. So come on out here and let you see what paradise looks like from the top of the
when we go back to history, we find out that the first people in these islands were the pure Africans who came from different parts of the mainland Africa. And this is the time you need to have an expert coming to pollinate the flowers. Because bees, butterflies, wind, rain, whatever cannot pollinate vanilla. Very important, yes. And actually,
nice to see you. My name is Mr. Coco Chanel. Mr. Coco Chanel. But the real name, my name is Easy.
Easy.
Yeah, Easy. So where are you from?
USA.
USA, United States of America.
Remember, we were here last year.
That's good.